When we want to create a table using spark.catalog.createTable or using spark.catalog.createActionalTable, we need to specify schema. A schema can be inferred from the data frame and then can be passed using structure type object while creating the table. Structure type takes list of objects of type struct field. Struct field is built using column name and data type. All the data types are available under PySpark.sql.types. We need to pass table name and schema for spark.catalog.createTable. We have to pass path along with name and schema for spark.catalog.createActionalTable. We can use source to define file format along with applicable options. For example, if you wanted to create a table for CSV, then source will be CSV, and we can pass applicable options for CSV such as sep, header, etc. Let's get into examples so that you understand what I'm talking about here. We are actually creating Spark session object by name Spark. Once this Spark session object is created, make sure you run this piece of code to set Spark SQL shuffle partitions to 2. It will ensure that it will not use too many resources to process small dataset wherever shuffling is involved. Now let's get into the tasks. The task is nothing but create database by name username underscore airlines. Username is nothing but the user which we have used to login. In my case, it is ITversity. In your case, it is your OS level user. If you are using your own cluster, you can skip this username prefix for your database names. Once the database is created, we'll be creating actional table for airportcodes.txt. Our data have header. Fields in each record are delimited by a tab character. We can pass options such as sep, header, info schema, etc. to define the schema while reading the data from the location. Now, if you want to get the help on create actional table, you can run this. You can see that these are the options we have. We can pass the table name, we can specify the path, we can actually pass the source and also schema, and also we can pass additional options to it. Now let's scroll down. Let's run this piece of code. It will take care of creating an object by name username. It will contain the current user that is logged in, which is nothing but ITversity in my case. Now if I run this, it will take care of creating database by name ITversity underscore airlines. You can run this to ensure that you are attached to that database. You can also run this piece of code to get the current database details. It is nothing but spark.catalog.current database. You can run this and you can see the database to which we are attached to. It is nothing but ITversity underscore airlines. To create actional table, we need to have write permissions over the path which we want to use. As we have only read permissions on this location, we will not be able to create actional table using that location. Let's copy the data from this location into this location, then we'll take it further. This will take care of creating a directory by name /user/ITversity/airlines underscore all, which means in my account there will be an additional folder called as airlines underscore all. From public airlines underscore all airport codes, we are trying to copy the folder into this location. So this folder airport codes will be copied into this location. It will take care of creating additional subfolder in this, which is nothing but airport codes. It will contain the file which is nothing but airportcodes.txt. You can validate by running this ls command. Let's run these 3 commands in one shot. Finally, we'll be seeing the output as expected, where we'll be seeing a txt file which will contain our airport codes data. You can see the details here. You should be able to run this to tail some of the records from the dataset. You can see there is one record which is displayed here. For some reason, it is only displaying one record. If you use command line, it will actually display more than one record. Let me copy this one, then say file new terminal, paste it here. Let's see how many records it will display. Okay, there is some issue with displaying on this server. That's why we are getting only one record. Let me say hdfs dfs-cat, then paste it. Even this might get into the same issue. Let's see. Yeah, it is also getting into the same issue. You can say hdfs dfs-get and then copy this, paste it here. Then say dot, it will copy the file airport codes -na.txt to local file system with the same name. We can say view airport codes na.txt and you can see the output here. Because of this control M character, I think it is causing the issue. Now you can save this and come out of this. Now you should be able to run this piece of code to actually define a variable by name airport codes path using the username within it. So whatever path under which we have the file, we are defining that path using this variable name which is of type string. Now I am dropping the table if it exists. Let me say if exists here so that it will not error out. If the table exists, it will drop. Now we can actually create external table pointing to this location by specifying path. We can also say source equal to CSV, sep equal to tab, header equal to true, info schema equal to true. This is one way to create the external table. If you want to create manage table and if you want to pass the schema to it, then you will be able to pass the schema by using schema argument. In this case, as we are creating external table, as we are pointing to the existing data, we don't need to exclusively pass the schema. Already I have covered as part of the previous topic about how to pull the schema from the data frame and use that schema to pass to create table. If you want, you can go back to the topic and understand. Now let's run this. It will take care of creating external table for us. You should be able to run this piece of code to list the tables in the database, which is nothing but itversity_airlines. You can see a table is created. Even it is displaying the output here. Now you can actually list the tables. There's a table by name airport codes. You should be able to say spark.read.table of airport codes like this and then say .show. You should be able to see the data here. You can also run describe formatted on airport codes to actually get the details about the table. There is also a method called as list columns. You should be able to use that method to list the columns. Let's explore list columns as well. You can say spark.catalog.list columns. Let's validate whether this method is correct or not. It is the correct one. We just have to pass the table name, which is nothing but airport codes. Let me copy paste the table name from here. You should be able to get the column level details by running this piece of code. You can see that there are 4 columns in this table called as airport codes. This is how you should be able to infer the schema using existing data while creating the table using create external table. As I have explored earlier as part of the previous topic, we can even pass the schema while creating the table using create table method. You just have to extract the schema from the data frame and pass to the schema argument while invoking the create table. It will take care of creating the table with that schema.